Hello, this is Rick Morris. This is a recovery program, a set of videos that follow the 12 steps to get rid of alcohol and drugs. This step is 6, episode 4, and it's titled Cravings. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. And the scripture that goes with that is, "For I know that nothing good dwells in my flesh. For I have the desire to do what is good or what is right, but I do not have the ability to carry it out. For I do not do the good that I want to do, but I keep doing evil." That's Romans 7:18 and 19. Now I'm going to explain how cravings work, and I'm going to use an analogy. Analogies are good because they make complex issues simple, so they're easy to understand, but they break down at a certain point. But the analogy is that a human is riding in a car, and in the car is a body that is a 4-year-old, the soul that is a teenager, and the spirit, which is the adult. We're made up of body, soul, and spirit. Now, the car drives past a candy store, and the body has been in this candy store before and starts screaming, "I want some candy," and reaching for this store and wanting the driver to turn into the parking lot and go in the candy store. This body says, "Candy, candy, candy. I want some candy." Well, the teenager, the soul, says, "Go turn this car into the parking lot. Let's go get some candy and shut this baby up." But the spirit, which is the adult in the car, says, "No, we're not eating candy today. We're not going to the candy store. Candy is not healthy. We're not living on candy. We're going on." How does this analogy explain what takes place when we're about to relapse? Our body craves alcohol and or drugs and screams to get its way. Consequences make no difference to the flesh. It wants what it wants when it wants it. Period. Our soul acts like a teenager. Just get the body to stop screaming. If it takes alcohol or drugs, get it and stop the craving. The spirit acts like an adult and takes charge. It takes charge of the situation with wisdom. The spirit plays the long game. In the long run, living on candy is not healthy. We will not go to the candy store. Now you might be thinking, okay, my body and my soul have been making decisions for a long time. How do I get my spirit to take control? We have been making bad decisions for a long time. That's why our lives are unmanageable. If a 4-year-old and a teenager have been running things, no wonder the train is off the tracks. This is where humility and relationship with God come in. We don't just decide to start thinking another way and our spirit take control. It doesn't work like that way. It's not that easy. We must humble ourselves, give our care over to God, and ask Him to strengthen our spirit to the point that the adult takes authority over the body and soul. The spirit takes authority over body and soul. Let me give you an example. I have this friend named Keith. He was a drug addict and an alcoholic. Several years ago, he had a radical encounter with God in his house one night by himself. He poured all his alcohol down the sink. He burned all his pornography and his drugs up in a trash can outside, a metal trash can outside. He shaved and he cut his hair. He has not had a craving since that night. Now, next time I saw him, I didn't even recognize him. He is a new man with his spirit in charge. You could see it on his face. He was new. He's a different man. Not everyone has a supernatural experience like Keith, but we can all humble ourselves and ask God for help. He can strengthen our spirit where we will begin to make good decisions. And when you do that, and God is in control, the chaos eventually will stop. So, what I ask you to do is get on your knees in your own words, in your own way. Humble yourself. Tell God that your life has been a wreck and you want Him to take over, take charge. You want Him to strengthen your spirit where it can control your body and your soul. You do this, and your life will start to change. And eventually you'll be free. And those cravings, I don't have cravings anymore. I had them for a while. Keith never had them after that day. It affects different people different ways. But do this and your life will change. Let's go on to the next episode.